This is my studio at home. We've taken you through our entire home, and this is the last room to be finished in the McGee home. And I didn't take the same approach in this room that I typically take, where I come up with a plan from the beginning and then I implement it. Everything has kind of fallen into place as I've collected things along the way, which I think is how this space was meant to feel, and that's collected and inspiring and kind of like a rotating gallery of things that I'm loving at the moment. To give you some context, this space sits right above our garage, and because of that, we could build into the vaulted ceiling and follow the roof line. So we kind of have some interesting angles happening through here, which I think gives it a lot of character and charm. We have this vault and these cute collar ties that stretch across, and I wanted to do shiplap because I felt like the room needed to be wrapped in something and I wanted it to feel like an old attic space. So we did shiplap everywhere, and although I'm not one to say put shiplap on accent walls all over your house, I do love it in the right context when it feels historical and it feels right for the architecture of your home. I did a wider shiplap on all the walls, and I think that that kind of gives it an interesting updated look. The space plan in this room gave me a lot of headaches because it is kind of a funky shape, and then with the angles and everything, I was like, what am I doing in here? So I needed a few things in this space. I needed a desk. I cannot focus when I am sitting at an open table. So I needed like a corner to sit down in. So that desk is behind me. This is where I create and I look at samples and I open up design books. We did these cane back chairs, and these are from McGee & Co. And then I added this cute little tufted striped cushion from Target and then set this on the vintage rug. I knew I needed some height. We have tall ceilings that slope down, and I needed to fill the space not with another chest or something that was kind of at a waist high. And we were at Round Top, and then behind a curtain, this baby wasn't for sale, but it was so beautiful and I fell in love with it, and they sold it to me. So that ended up being the perfect thing for this corner here. Then over on this wall, when you first walk in, I have these two huge pin boards. You're actually seeing kind of how I've visually laid out some of our design book I've been working on. Last but not least, this side of the studio. Because of the eaves that we built into, we had some extra space right here. And so I built the drawers into the wall, and I love this effect that we get this like dresser and it's just integrated into the wall space. This is a mirror from McGee & Co. And then this is artwork that I've just been kind of collecting over time. And honestly, it's kind of always rotating because I'm always collecting random things. I knew I needed a place to put my computer, a place to lay out all my samples. That's what I needed, but then I had this kind of random space when you walked in, the smaller wall. So I decided to create a little sitting area, which has been perfect because my kids will come in and hang out, and this is where they like to sit. We did our Daxton settee, which is the perfect little petite sofa, and that kind of grounded this space, and we did a bleached jute rug, these two ottomans that have this kind of like green stripe through them. I think a pair of ottomans is a great idea if you have a small space because they're very versatile. You can move them around and sit on them. I have a woven rattan lamp that has this really cool angle, and you see, I just love to collect things. So the pillows aren't matchy-matchy. I've got vintage, I've got new, and artwork that we've had from different collections over the years. So this is the original Melody Joy piece we did for McGee & Co. And then this is a piece from our first Target collection that we launched. This marble plinth side table is incredible. I love that it kind of has this purpley veining, and it's really bold and it feels very modern against some of these vintage pieces. And then that kind of rounds out what's happening in this little sitting area here. That is a tour of my home studio. And if this is the first time you're seeing anything in our home, go back. We have so many webisodes to revisit.